You are not prepared.
This is WoW Crusade. I'm Chris.
And I'm Brandon.
You are not prepared!
This is episode 37. We're going to continue with the Blackrock.
Blackrock.
Yeah, Blackrock Depths. Yeah.
Yep.
We did the first 10 on episode 36. So we're going to talk about the next 9. The reason why we're only doing 9 because they're all summoned bosses that hangs out in the Ring of Law. You might hear my son talking in the background, but I will. Alright, so I'm going to start off with Theldrin. He's a level 60 elite dwarf. He is the leader of several gladiators, which he participates along with in the arena. Now, he is clearly a warrior. Both Theldrin and his gladiators were once members of the mercenary company, the Veiled Blade. After the failed attempt at completely killing Lord Balthalac, Theldrin left the company with a piece of Lord Balthalac's amulet and some of the other former members to become gladiators for the Dark Iron Dwarves in Blackrock Depths. According to Ancion Harmon, another of the former members of the Veiled Blade, Theldrin beat him to an inch of his life when Ancion tried to retrieve Theldrin's amulet piece as Ancion had released the curse behind it. As such, Theldrin is a very violent and egocentric dwarf. Not either concerned with honor and good sportsmanship, he tries to never fight in a fair fight. His idea of a good fight is where he already knows he will win before he even starts. Still, he is a bit of a hothead and will rush into a fight if his family honor is being mocked. Alright, now he's got a lot of abilities. He's a warrior, so Battle Shout, which the warrior shouts increases the attack power of all party members within 20 yards by 185. It lasts 2 minutes. Demoralizing Shout reduces attack power of all enemies within 10 yards by 140 for 30 seconds. Disarm, which sucks especially if you don't have your unarmed up. Disarm the enemy's weapon for 5 seconds, 1 minute cooldown. Drink Healing Potion. Uses a holy elixir to heal the caster. It heals 394 to 456, but has been observed to heal for 1,744 HP. Now, then Frightening Shout shouts at nearby enemies, causing them to flee in fear for 6 seconds. Hamstring maims the enemy, causing 45 damage and slowing the enemy's movement by 50% for 15 seconds. Intercept. Charge the enemy, causing 65 damage and stunning it for 3 seconds. Mortal Strike, a vicious strike that deals weapon damage, plus 160 and wounds the target, reducing the effectiveness of any healing by 50% for 10 seconds, and this on a 6-second cooldown. Now, the strategy. Theldrin and his fellow gladiators can be summoned using a banner of provocation. The arena spoils will be lootable after their defeat. Now, Theldrin's team of gladiators includes Lefty and Gnome Rogue, Rotfang and Gnome Rogue, Malkin Longspear, a Centaur Hunter with pet, Nagjaw, a hyena, Jashni, a troll priest, Valida, a Forsaken mage using frost spells, Schnock Blackspine, a Quillbore mage using fire spells, Korv, a Tauren shaman, and Resnick, a goblin engineer who uses different devices. Now, not all of his gladiators can join him at the same time. He is always accompanied by 4 of them, and it is random which of them it is. If a player wishes to fight them all, it will require a minimum 2 fights with Theldrin. Only 1 fight may be fought each Blackrock Depths run. Thus, instance will have to be reset. The fight with Theldrin and his gliders is unique compared to many other boss fights. While most bosses found in 5-man instances know, and on average, 2 to 3 abilities, the members of Theldrin's group know about 6 to 7 each. Many of the abilities are also used by player-controlled classes, rather than being unique abilities such as... I messed that up. Rather than being unique abilities specific to a unique NPC, as with most other bosses. This makes the members of Theldrin's group similar to real players. Furthermore, the varying purposes of their abilities, some are CC, some are AoE, etc., and the apparent class roles of the members both in visual looks and acting. Vajashni is a priest healer, Valida is a ranged melee DPS, etc., makes Theldrin's group resemble an organized group of real enemy players, almost as when in a battleground. Because of this, some players claim that the fight is more PvP-like than PvE. This may be intended as Theldrin and his gladiators are also immune to taunts, which is one of the most basic features of PvE, while almost non-existent in PvP. This style of encounter was later repeated in the Burning Crusade with... I'm not going to say all that. Alright, and there's a quest item once you defeat it. And he says, "I'm going to kick your ugly head in."
That doesn't sound very nice.
No, it doesn't.
Alright, well. Now that he's out of the way. Alright, Malgan Longspear is a level 60 elite centaur hunter and is part of Theldrin's team of gladiators. He has a pet called Nashjaw. His weapon...
You could say that name, I couldn't.
His weapon, Malgan's longbow, can sometimes be found in the arena spoils after defeating Theldrin's team. Malgan Longspear's abilities are drink healing potion. We all know it's going to heal him about 1900 hit points. Shoots an enemy inflicting 143 to 193 physical damage. Aimed shot. An aim shot that increases range damage by 600. Concussive shot dazes an enemy, reducing its movement speed by 50% for 3 seconds. Multi-shot fires a volley of missiles at an enemy and its nearby allies, striking up to 3 targets for normal damage plus 75. Freezing trap. He will place a frost trap that freezes the first enemy that approaches, preventing all action for up to 20 seconds. Any damage caused will break the ice. The trap will exist for 1 minute. And then he has Wing Clip. Inflicts 50 damage and reduces the enemy's target movement speed by 60% for 10 seconds. He has around 8,500 health with around 5,400 mana. Level 60, he's not even elite. So, should be taken down easily.
Alright. Then we'll go to Snock Blackspine. Level 60 Elite Quillbore Fire Mage is part of Theldrin's team of gladiators. His abilities: drink healing potion, use a holy elixir to heal the caster, has been observed in game to restore 1,636 hit points. Blink teleports the caster 20 yards forward unless something is in the way. Also frees the caster from any bonds. Flame Strike calls out a pillar of flame, burning all enemies in a selected area, inflicting additional damage every 2 seconds for 8 seconds. Scorch scorches an enemy for fire damage. Blast Wave unleashes a wave of flame, inflicting fire damage to nearby enemies and reducing their movement speed for 6 seconds. Pyroblast inflicts fire damage to an enemy, then additional damage every 3 seconds for 12 seconds. And Polymorph transforms an enemy into a sheep, forcing it to water around for up to 15 seconds. While watering, the sheep cannot attack or cast any spells. Any damage will transform the target back to its normal form. Only one target can be polymorphed at a time. Only works on beasts, dragons, giants, humanoids, and critters.
Yay!
Yay.
Then you have Lefty. Lefty is a level 60 elite gnome rogue and is part of the team. His weapon, Lefty's Brass Knuckles, can sometimes be found in the arena spoils. His abilities are, of course, drink a healing potion, knockdown, inflicts 32 to 48 damage to an enemy, stunning it for 2 seconds. Snap kick, kicks an enemy for 2 damage, interrupting the spell being cast for 4 seconds. And then 5 fat finger exploding heart technique. Taking 5 steps after taking 5 hits of this ancient technique will cause your heart to explode, killing you instantly. Now let me read that again. Taking 5 steps after taking 5 hits of this ancient technique will cause your heart to explode, killing you instantly. So what I'm thinking is, if he does this and you have 5, if like say you have 5 counters on you, like when you can sunder 3 times and it stacks, maybe if you have 5 stacks of this and you walk forward 5 steps, it'll kill you. I don't know. I don't think this guy's ever lived long enough for us to find out. But he has 8,500 hit points and he's a level 60 elite. So, I guess just if you're fighting him, don't move.
Yeah. I've never heard of this. Yeah. So, okay. Guess I've been lucky enough never to have to fight him.
Yeah, I guess so.
I move around too much. Alright, then Corv. He's a level 60 elite Tauren Shaman. He's another part of Theldred's team of gladiators. Drink healing potion. I'm getting tired of repeating that one. Frost Shock inflicts frost damage to an enemy and reduces its movement speed for 8 seconds. War Stomp stuns up to 5 enemies within 8 yards for 2 seconds. He's a Tauren. Wind Fury Totem summons a Wind Fury Totem with 5 feet at the feet of the caster. The totem enchants all party members' main hand weapons with wind if they are within. So far, each hit has a 20% chance of granting an attacker apparently 2 extra attack with some extra attack power. That lasts 1 minute 50 seconds. Earthbind Totem summons an Earthbind Totem that lasts 45 seconds and periodically reduces the movement speed of nearby enemies to 50% of normal. Lesser Healing Wave heals a friendly target for 832 to 928. Purge purges the enemy target, removing 2 beneficial magic effects. And just a little trivia, Korv happens to be the Swedish word for sausage.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you get to fight sausage.
Get to beat yours? Never mind. Alright, so...
Anyways!
We have to one of the other guys is Rotfang. He's a 60 Knoll rogue. And maybe he's just out here trying to... maybe he's trying to avenge Hogger, who knows. But he's part of Theldred's team. His abilities are, of course... Who wouldn't have guessed it? He can drink a healing potion.
Wow, really?
Exactly, like, wow. I haven't heard that one. Eviscerate. Finishing move. Now, by the way, guys, if you didn't know, this guy's a rogue. I mean, he's pretty... Finishing move causes 195 damage. Gouge. Inflicts 20 damage to an enemy and incapacitates it for up to 4 seconds. You will automatically stop attacking. Target must be facing you, and any damage received by the stunned target will revive it. Kick. Kicks an enemy for 2 damage, interrupting the spell from being cast for 4 seconds. Kidney Shot. Finishing move that stuns the target for 4 seconds. Sinister Strike. Inflicts normal damage plus 98 to 99 to an enemy. Slowing Poison. Rotfang has apparently used slowing poison on his weapons. Increases the time between an enemy's attack by 25% and slows its movement for 25 seconds. And last but not least, he has Vanish. And then we all know it makes him go invisible for 10 seconds. And it'll break movement impairing effects such as root or wing clip or any of those. So he is a level 60, but he's not. It says up here he's an elite Knoll, but it says he's not elite. I think they're all elite. Now, come to think about it. So that one that I said earlier when I said he was a non-elite, pay no attention to that. And then finally, he has about 7,300 health. And he's a rogue, guys. He's a rogue. I mean, come on. We all know that rogues are garbage. I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't say that. Rogues are great.
Speaking of rogues, what do rogues like to kill? Mages!
Exactly.
Felita is a level 60 elite Forsaken Frost Mage. And guess what? Part of Theldred's team of gladiators. 7,500 health. 4649 mana. And guess what? Drink Healing Potion!
I bet you can do that.
Yep. And guess what? Bleak! Blizzard, ice shards pelt the target area, doing frost damage over 8 seconds. Code of Cold inflicts frost damage to enemies in the cone in front of the caster, reducing their movement speed for 8 seconds. Frost Nova inflicts 56 to 64 frost damage to nearby enemies, immobilizing them for up to 8 seconds. Frostbolt inflicts 68 to 90 frost damage to an enemy and reduces its movement speed for 4 seconds. And Ice Block. The caster becomes encased in a block of ice, protecting the caster from all physical attacks and spells for 10 seconds. But during that time, the caster cannot attack, move, or cast spells. Which, if you ever played a Frost Mage or know somebody that does, then you know everything the Frost Mage can do. And they like to keep you away from them by using all their frost spells to make you slow, immobilize you, whatever else. So,
yeah, Chris watched me PvP on my Frost Mage and destroy people. It's fun.
Yeah.
Well, you don't get destroyed if you have Josh Nee with you, because he's a level 60 elite troll priest. And he's part of the gladiators. And guess what he can do?
Does he have drink healing potion?
He can drink a healing potion.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he's a priest. You'd think he'd just heal himself.
All right. No. He also has Dispel Magic. Dispels magic on target, removing 2 harmful spells from a friend or 2 beneficial spells from an enemy. Flash Heal. Oh, wow. Hold on. Removing 2 harmful spells from a friend or 2 beneficial. That's not fair. Like, if you have a healer that is a druid, he can dispel the healing over time effects. That's crazy. Flash Heal heals a friendly target for 812 to 958. Power Word Shield draws on the soul of the party member to shield them, absorbing 942 damage. Lasts 30 seconds. While the shield holds, spellcasting will not be interrupted by damage. Once shielded, the target cannot be shielded again for 15 seconds. He casts Renew, which heals the target for 810 damage over 15 seconds. And last but not least, Word of Pain. Shadow Word Pain, that is. A Word of Darkness that causes 852 shadow damage over 18 seconds. He is a level 60 elite. He has about 5,800 hit points with about 7,600 mana. So, mana burn him. If you mana burn him, you can't do nothing. If you can't mana burn him, just kill him. I'll go ahead and tell you right now, this should be the first guy you kill if he's up. Because he's a healer.
Yeah, he will heal. Yep.
Kill him first.
And he'll drink a healing potion.
Yep. He'll hey, I bet this I will put a bet that this next guy can drink a healing potion.
Well, I don't know. Resnick? I don't know if he can. He's a level 60 elite goblin engineer and is part of the team. Of course, since he's an engineer, he's got engineering abilities. But besides that, you're right. He can drink a healing potion.
I knew it. I knew it.
Right? Who would have guessed? He's got 6,400 health with a little over 4,100 mana. He's got Recombobulate, which dispels polymorph effects on a friendly target. Also restores 563 to 937 health and mana. And so if he's here and you polymorph somebody, he's going to bring him back. Dark Iron Bomb inflicts 225 to 675 fire damage and incapacitates targets in a 5-yard radius for 4 seconds. Any damage will break to effect. Goblin Dragon Gun deals 158 to 192 fire damage for 8 seconds to all targets in a cone in front of the engineer using the weapon. That is, unless it explodes.
So wait, he's got a flamethrower?
I guess so.
That's hateful.
Yeah. Explosive Sheep creates one explosive sheep that charges the nearest enemy and explodes for 135 to 165 fire damage. Explosive sheep are unstable and will self-destruct after 1 minute.
Explosive sheep are so great. Just
Yeah.
throwing farm animals at people.
Yeah. Summon Arcanite Dragonly, and Arcanite Dragonly comes to life and defends the engineer for 1 minute. Abilities used by the Arcanite Dragonly is Flame Buffet, which inflicts 19 to 21 fire damage to an enemy and increases the fire damage it takes to 20 or by 20 for 45 seconds. Flame Breath inflicts 5 fire damage to enemies in a cone in front of the caster.
Is that Flame Buffet or is that Flame Buffet?
Well, they might give you a flame buffet if you like to eat fire.
He has 6,400 health and about 4,100 mana.
Yep. And then the next area it shows East Garrison, and there's no bosses there, according to that. But next week we'll talk about the Shrine of Thorison, Shadowforge City, the Domicile, the Black Vault, Hall of Crafting, and Dark Iron Highway.
Dark Iron Highway. That's Baelgar, and he's not
Is
fun.
it like the highway?
No, it's worse.
It's worse? Whoa.
Yeah, because
Worse.
there's a big molten giant guy in your way. So yeah, it's gonna be lovely.
Ooh. All right, so that's it for this week. All the summoned guys for Theldrin in his team of gladiators.
Yeah,
So-
he has some nice ones.
Yep. So, all right, just remember they play like PvP, but they're not real players. They are actually controlled by the computer.
Yeah, but
So,
tank, don't worry about trying to get aggro because they don't really have an aggro table.
yeah,
So-
since they're playing like players, then yeah, there's no aggro table.
They may try to go after your healer and kill him.
Yeah. So protect your healer. Don't talk because it's not going to work. And it sounds like a good time. I can't wait to do that.
Yeah, it's going to be fun for sure.
But all right, until next week, have fun playing the game.
As always.
This show is brought to you by Heartland Production Entertainment. If you'd like to help to make the show better, go to patreon.com/heartlandpae.